This is the Edexcel Paper 2 Foundation tier from June 2022, and it is a calculator paper. Question 1 says write 1476 to the nearest 10. So the 10s are the ones with the 7 in, the 70. So these are the 10s. We want to know whether it's closer to 1470, or the next one up would be 1480. So which one is it closer to? So what we could do, we could draw a line after the 10s. What's the next number? Is it 5 or above? It is. So we round up. So it's closer to 1480. Question 2. Write a fraction in the box to make the calculation correct. We could use a calculator for this. We could just type this into the calculator. 1 minus 3/10 is 7/10. So that's our answer, 7/10. 3/10 and 7/10 make 1 whole. Question 3. Here is a list of numbers. We need to write down the mode of the numbers. So the mode means the most common. Which number is most common? And that's 3. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 3s. That's more than any of the other numbers. Question 4. Write down a 3-digit number that is a multiple of 5. So there's loads of different answers for this. Any 3-digit number that's in the 5 times table. So we could have 100 or 105 or 110, 115, 120, and so on, all the way up to 995. So any 3-digit number that's a multiple of 5. And question 5, write 0.4 as a percentage. To change a fraction or a decimal to a percentage, we can times by 100. So we can do 0.4 times 100. And that will give us an answer of 40. It's the same as 40%. Question 6. Write the following numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. So when we have a number line, the smallest numbers are actually the biggest negative numbers. So the biggest negative number is the smallest one. That's negative 11. Then we have negative 7, negative 2. And then into the positive numbers, 3, 8, and 10. Question 7. Here is a polygon ABCDEF on a square grid. Part A says write down the mathematical name for the polygon. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. A 6-sided shape is called a hexagon. Part B, which side of the polygon is parallel to the side CD? So parallel lines go in the same direction. So which line is going in the same direction as C to D? That's A to F. A to F goes in the same direction. And part C, write down the side of the polygon that is perpendicular to AF. Perpendicular lines meet at a right angle, a 90-degree angle. So we can either have AB or we can have EF. Either one of those. I'll write AB. Question 8. Here is a centimetre grid. And we've got A marked on it, and part A says, write down the coordinates of point A. So it's X then Y, so 3, 2. 3, 2. On the grid, mark with a cross the point with coordinates -4, 3. So again, x then y. So the x is -4, y is 3. -4, 3. On the grid, draw a circle with center 1, -1. So the center of the circle is at 1, -1. And it's got a radius of 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want a circle here. So let's get a compass. And we'll put the point on the center. Stretch it out 4 centimeters. And draw around. So there is our circle. Question 9. The graph shows information about the number of houses sold by an estate agent in each of 6 months last year. So we've got the number of houses sold and then different months. How many houses were sold in February? So let's look at the graph. So February goes up to, so it's between 20 and 30. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. So each one must be worth 2. And the x is in between 22 and 24. So it must be 23. Write down the ratio for part B of the number of houses sold in January to the number of houses sold in June. So January to June. So we have 10 in January. In June we have 56. So the ratio is 10 to 56. We weren't asked to give it in its simplest form. If we were, we'd half both of them and have 5 to 28. Question 10. Sonia wants to book a holiday. The holiday will cost £1,428. She's going to pay a deposit of £150, and then the rest is going to be 6 equal monthly payments. So how much are the monthly payments? So we've got the total cost and then take away a deposit. So 1,428 take away 150 gives us 1,278. Then we're going to pay that in 6 payments. So we're going to divide that by 6. £213. So each monthly payment is £213. Question 11. The diagram shows a triangle ABC. ACD and BCE are straight lines. Work out the size of the angle marked X. Give a reason for each stage of your working. So we could work out the missing angle in the triangle because all angles in the triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we have 180, take away these 2 angles, so take away 25 and take away 116. We get 39 degrees. We have to give a reason. So the reason is angles in a triangle add to 180 degrees. And then we can work out X. Because x is equal to this 39 degrees angle. They're opposite angles. So x is 39 degrees. And the reason is opposite angles are equal. Question 12. Here is a number machine. So we put a number in, divide it by 7, then add 5, and we get a number out. Part A says work out the output when the input is 28. So we're putting 28 into the number machine. So we're going to divide it by 7, which will be 4. And then we're going to add 5. And that will get us to 9. So the output is 9. Here is a different number machine. The number machine is not complete. When the input is 8, the output is 154. Complete the number machine. So we're going to put in 8, we're going to add something to it, then times by 11, and we'll get the output. We could also go backwards. So if we go backwards, we do the opposite. So 154 divided by 11 is 14. So 154 divided by 11 is 14. So we must have 14 here, and then 14 take away what number gives us 8, or 8 plus something is 14. That must be 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14, and then 14 times 11 is 154. Question 13. Sophie works in a bed shop. During the last 3 months, she has sold 198 beds. So we're going to complete a two-way table. I'm going to start by putting in the 198 as the total. 59 beds were sold without a mattress. So without a mattress, the total is 59. So we could work out with a mattress now. So 198 minus 59 is 139. 45 beds were double beds. So double is 45. 17 of the single beds were sold without a mattress. So single without mattress is 17. 67 of the 83 king size beds were sold with a mattress. So king size, there are 83, and 67 of them are with a mattress. So now we can just complete this table. So 83 take away something is 67. 83 take away 67 is 16. Then we could do 17 plus something plus 16 is 59. So 59 take away the 17 and the 16. Gives us 26. 45 take away 26 is this double with mattress. So 45 take away 26 is 19. Then we could do 139 take away the 67 and the 19. Which is 53. And then 53 and 17 makes 70. And hopefully this line will work. So just to check, 70 plus 45 plus 83 is 198. Question 14. The box below contains 3 mathematical symbols. So we've got the equal to, the is less than, and the is bigger than symbol. From the box, choose a symbol to make each of the following statements correct. So 5/8 and 2/8. 5/8 is bigger than 2/8. And we've got -2 times -3. A negative times a negative is a positive. So 2 3s are 6. And we've got -3 plus 9, which is 6 again. We could use our calculator for these. So -2 times -3 is +6. And -3 plus 9 is also 6. So these two are equal. Question 15. The table shows information about the number of social media accounts used by each of 300 students. Work out the total number of social media accounts used by these students. So 3 people have got no accounts. 3 times 0 is 0. 57 people have got 1 account. 57 ones are 57. 84 people have got 2 accounts each. So they've got 2 accounts each. That makes 168 accounts in total. 75 people have got 3 accounts each. So 75 people with 3 accounts each makes 225 accounts in total. And 81 people with 4 gives us 324 in total. So what's the total? 57, 168, 225, and 324 all added together makes 774. So 774 accounts in total. Find the median number of social media accounts used by these students. So we were told there were 300 students. So we want to put them all in a line and see how many social media accounts the person in the middle has got. So 150th person. So 3 and 57 makes 60. Add on 84 is 144. So all the people with 0, 1 and 2 add up to 144 people. So the middle person must be, well, 6 into this group. They must have 3 accounts. So the median is 3. That's the middle number. Question 16. On a scale drawing, a building has length 12.4 centimeters and width 9.4 centimeters. The real length is 62 meters. What's the real width? So what's the scale factor? What do you have to times the scale length by to get the real length? So 12.4 times something equals 62. Now these are in centimeters and meters, so we could do our working out all in centimeters and have 6,200, but it wouldn't matter if we kept it as centimeters and meters. As long as we do the same with the width, we would get the correct answer. So 62 divided by 12.4 is 5. So we times by 5. We times the length of the scale by 5 to get the length of the real building. So we'll do the same with the width. 9.4 times 5 is 47. So it's 47 meters. Question 17. On the grid below, draw the graph of y equals 4 minus x for values of x from -2 to 4. So we could draw a table. We could draw a table up here with x and y. So we want x from -2 to 4. So -2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's 4 take away x. To find our y's, we're going to do 4 take away our x's. I'll start with the 4. 4 take away 4 is nothing. 4 take away 3 is 1. 4 take away 2 is 2. 4 take away 1 is 3. 4 take away nothing is 4. 4 take away negative 1. So 4 minus 1 is 5. And we should see a pattern here. 4 minus negative 2 is 6. So let's plot these on the graph. Negative 2, 6. Negative 1, 5. 0, 4. 1, 3. 2, 2. 3, 1. And 4, 0. So there are our points. And we're going to join them up using a ruler, using a straight line. And there is our graph. Question 18. This sign was in a doctor's waiting room. 115 appointments were missed last month. These missed appointments were a total of 25.3 hours. Work out the mean length of time for each missed appointment. Give your answer in minutes. So how long on average was each appointment? So 25.3 hours shared out between 115 appointments. 25.3 divided by 115 is 11/50ths, or 0.22, but that's in hours. So 0.22 hours. We want our answer in minutes. To change from hours to minutes, we times by 60. So times our answer by 60. And we get 13.2. So 13.2 minutes. Question 19. Nimra buys a 3 kilogram box of sweets for £17.60. She puts the sweets into bags to sell. Each bag contains 150 grams of sweets. So we've got grams and kilograms. I'm just going to say 3 kilograms can be 3,000 grams. So we're going to fill as many bags as possible, sell each bag for the same price, and Nimra wants to make a profit of at least 35%. Assuming she sells all the bags, what's the lowest price she can charge? So how many bags of sweets have we got? 3,000 grams of sweets, 150 in each bag. So 3,000 divided by 150 means we've got 20 bags. 20 bags of sweets. And we want to make a profit of at least 35%. So our costs are £17.60. So we need to add on 35% to get how much money we need to get in. So £17.60. We want to find 35%. So we could times it by 35%, either using the percentage button. So I could do £17.60 times 35%. And that will give me what 35% is, which is £6.16. I could have also used 0.35 or 35/100ths here, and I would have got the same answer. Then I can just add that on. Alternatively, if I didn't want to do it in 2 steps, I can add on 35%, by multiplying by 1.35. So £17.60 times 1.35 adds on 35% in one calculation. So it's 100% plus 35%. So £17.60 times 1.35 is £23.76. So that's exactly the same as adding £6.16 on to £17.60. So I need to sell the bags for £23.76. There are 20 bags. So to find out what each bag has to be sold for, I divide by 20. Divided by 20 is, I've got 1.188. So that's going to be £1, and I can't sell them for £1.18p because I'll have slightly less. So it needs to be £1.19p. So it's going to have to be £1.19p per bag. Question 20. Lorena gets a train at the same time each morning to go to work. She gets a train at the same time each evening to come home. The probability tree diagram shows the probabilities of each train arriving late. Complete the probability tree diagram. So the probability of late and not late have to add up to 1. They're the only two options, only two things that can happen. So 1 minus 0.13 is 0.87. So the train going to work, the chance of it being late, not late, is 0.87. The same thing for the train home. So 1 minus the probability of it being late, which is 0.94. And it's the same regardless of if the first train was late or not. For a day that Lorena goes to work out the probability that the train to work and the train home will both be late. So it's late and late again. So 0.13 times 0.06. So just type it in the calculator and we get 39 over 5,000, or I've got 7.8 times 10 to the power of negative 3. I'll give the fraction 39 over 5,000. With a probability question, we can give an answer as a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. Either one will give us the marks. Question 21. Simplify x cubed to the power of 5. So when we've got a bracket with our indices, we can just times the powers. So 3 5s are 15. It's x to the power of 15. That's because the power of 5 means times itself 5 times. So x cubed times x cubed times x cubed times x cubed times x cubed. So that's the same as 15 x's times together. X to the power of 15. Part B, expand and simplify. So we're going to take the number outside the brackets and times by both of the terms inside the brackets. 4 times x is 4x. 4 3s are 12. 7 4s are 28. A positive times a negative is negative. 7 times 2 is 14. So 7 times 2x is 14x. So that's expanded. Now to simplify, we've got these two x terms and we've got two number terms. So 12 and 28 make 40. 4x, take away 14x, is minus 10x. So we have 40 minus 10 x. Part C, factorise fully, 15x cubed plus 3x squared y. So we're going to take outside of the brackets the things that are common to both. So 15 and 3 are both in the 3 times table, so 3 can come outside, and they've both got x squared in them. So x cubed is x times x times x, x squared is x times x, so we can take x times x, x squared, outside of the brackets. Then what goes inside? So 3 times 5 makes 15. X squared times another x makes x cubed. 3x squared times what makes 3x squared y times y. So we've got 3x squared on the outside, 5x plus y in the inside. Question 22. Describe fully the single transformation that maps shape S onto shape T. So we've just moved the shape. It's the same shape moved to a different position. And the word we have to use for that is a translation. So it's a translation. And now we need to know how far it's moved. So let's pick the same point on both shapes. So I'm going to pick this top corner here. And then let's look at the change in x. So from S to T, it's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's gone back 5. And then it's gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's gone back 5 and then up 6. So it's gone minus 5, 6. And we can write that as a vector. So we write the change in the x on the top, which is minus 5. The change in the y on the bottom, 6. Question 23. The length of a football pitch is 90 meters. Correct to the nearest meter. Complete the error interval for the length of the football pitch. So it's 90 meters to the nearest meter. The next one up is 91 and the one down is 89. So if it's 90 to the nearest meter, it must be in between these two halfway points. So halfway between 89 and 90 is 89.5. Halfway between 90 and 91 is 90.5. So it's bigger or equal to 89.5 and it's less than 90.5. Question 24. Festival A will be in a rectangular field with an area of 80,000 meters squared. The greatest number of people allowed is 425. Festival B will be in a rectangular field 700 meters by 2,000 meters. So 700 by 2,000 is an area of 1.4 million meters squared. The greatest number of people allowed to attend Festival B is 6,750. The area per person allowed for Festival B is greater than the area per person allowed for Festival A. How much greater? So we're working out the area per person. So that means area per person divided by the number of people. So for Festival A, area is 80,000. The number of people is 425. So 80,000 divided by 425 is 188.2. 188.2. For Festival B, area is 1.4 million. Number of people, 6,750. So 1.4 million divided by 6,750 is 207.4. So the area per person is bigger for B. How much bigger? We'll just take them away. So take away 188.2. We're given our answer to the nearest whole number. So I've got 19.2 here, but to the nearest whole number, 19. Callum says 300 centimeters squared is the same as 3 meters squared because there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, so you divide by 100. Callum's method is wrong. Explain why. So each 1 meter squared is 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters. 100 times 100 is 10,000. So 1 meter squared, if you had a meter, that's 100 centimeters. But a meter squared is 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters, which is 10,000 centimeters squared. So you don't divide by 100, you would divide by 10,000. So we could say he should divide by 10,000, or we could say that 3 meters squared is 30,000 centimeters squared, not 300 centimeters squared. Either one of those. So I'm just going to write he should divide by 10,000. Got no idea why the color keeps changing. He should divide by 10,000. Question 25. The points L, M, and N are such that L, M, N is a straight line. The coordinates of L are -3, 1. The coordinates of M are 4, 9. And given that L to M, the ratio of L to M to M to N is 2 to 3, find the coordinates of N. So we have a straight line, and on our straight line we have L at -3, 1. We have M at 4, 9, and we have N. So this is 2 parts, L to M, and M to N is 3 parts. So let's work out this distance from L to M, work out the change in the X and the change in the Y. So from -3 to 4 is 7, and from 1 to 9 is 8. So we've gone right 7, up 8. And that's 2 parts. So 2 parts is to the right 7 and up 8. We can work out 1 part by halving 2 parts. So that would be along 3.5 up 4. So this is along 3.5 up 4, along 3.5 up 4, along 3.5 up 4, along 3.5 up 4, and along 3.5 up 4. So we could just add on these changes. If we want 3 of them, so 3 3.5s are 10.5, 3 4s are 12, so we can from m to n, we want to go along 10.5. So 4 plus 10.5 is 14.5. And we want to go 9 up 12. 9 plus 12 is 21. So if we go along 3.5 up 4, along 3.5 up 4, along 3.5 up 4, we'll be at 14.5, 21. Question 26. A new phone costs £679. The value of the phone decreases, goes down, at a rate of 4% per year. Work out the value of the phone at the end of 3 years. So we're taking off 4% every year. So to do this in one calculation, we're going to have 100%, take away 4%, which will be 96%. So every year will be 96% of the previous year. And in one calculation, I can multiply by 96%. I'm going to use a decimal form though. So 0.96. So every year we times by 0.96. So to do 3 years, we can times by 0.96 cubed. So in one calculation, we can work this out. So 679 times 0.96 cubed gives us £600 and 74 pence. So £600, 74 pence. Question 27. In Spain, Sam pays €27 for 18 litres of fuel. In Wales, Leo pays £40.80 for 8 gallons of the same type of petrol. So we've got the conversions from euros to pounds and litres to gallons. So in Spain, €27 for 18 litres. We can change euros into pounds by timesing by 0.85. So 27 times 0.85 is £22.95. So £22.95. So €27 is the same as £22.95. 27 times 0.85 is 22.95. We could, if we wanted to work out 1 litre, we could divide this by 18. So the price for 1 litre in pounds is 1.275. 1.275. We could say £1.28 for 1 litre. I'm just going to leave it unrounded for now. And we've got Wales. So in Wales, we've got £40.80 for 8 gallons. We need to change 8 gallons into litres. Each gallon is 4.5 litres. So 8 times 4.5 is 36. So it's £40.80 for 36 litres. So if we want for 1 litre, we could divide by 36. So £40.80 divided by 36 is 1.13 recurring. So £1.13 for 1 litre. So Sam thinks it's cheaper in Spain. It's not, it's cheaper in Wales. So £1.13 is less than £1.27 or £1.28? So no. The question, is he correct? So the answer is no. Because £1.13 is less than £1.28. We could have also compared 18 litres by halving the 36. That'd be £20.40. So we could have said £20.40 is less than £22.95. Or we could have compared 36 litres by doubling the price in Spain. So any two numbers that compare them, any two numbers that compare the same amount of petrol would work for this question. Question 28. Solve the simultaneous equations. So we've got 5x plus 2y is 27, and 6x plus 4y is 28. We're going to use elimination, which means we need to get rid of the x's or get rid of the y's. And we do that by making them the same. So if I wanted to make the x's the same, I would times the top by 6 and the bottom equation by 5. So 6, the whole equation times by 6. 6 times 5x is 30x. 6 times 2y is 12y. And 6 times 27 is 162. And then 6x times 5 is 30x. 4y times 5 is 20y. And 28 times 5 is 140. So now I've made them the same, I can take them away. So take away, take away, take away. It doesn't matter if I do the top equation, take away the bottom equation, or the bottom equation, take away the top equation, as long as I do it consistently, as long as I do it for every term the same way. I'm going to do the bottom, take away the top, just so I've got positive y. So 30x, take away 30x is nothing. That's why we made them the same. 20y, take away 12y is 8y. And 140, take away 162 will be negative 22. I want y by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 8. So negative 22 divided by 8 is negative 11 over 4, or minus 2.75. So that's my y. I need to find out x still. So I'm going to substitute in to the top equation. So 5x plus 2y's, which is negative 2.75, equals 27. 2 times minus 2.75 is minus 5.5. So 5x minus 5.5 equals 27. I want x by itself, so I'm going to add 5.5 to both sides, which gets me to 32.5. So 5x equals 32.5. To get x by itself, divide both sides by 5, which gets me 6.5. So x is 6.5. X is 6.5 and y is minus 2.75. If you work it out differently by making the y's the same, you should still get the same answer. So x is 6.5, y is negative 2.75.